Hello, my name is Jim. Welcome to my channel, books, reading and stuff. You may have noticed last week I put out an alphabet tag remix. I will continue with that now. In 2021, I did a series of alphabet tags, different letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, etc. Last week I put out a remix of the prompts from A to H, and now I'm doing a remix of the prompts from I through to Q. I is for ice cream. I is for Iago. Who is the most sinister villain in your reading? I chose Iago from Othello because Iago starts out as Othello's friend, but then he betrays him. Iago is jealous because Othello passes over him for the role of his lieutenant, in favour of Cassio, and Iago is very bitter about that and sets out a plan to bring Othello down. Iago is very clever and very ruthless. J is for jam. J is for joke. Tell me a bookish joke. I asked the librarian if she had any books about paranoia. She leaned in very close and whispered, "They're behind you." K is for kite. K is for Kirk, James Kirk of the USS Enterprise. Who is your favourite Star Trek character? When I did the K tag way back in 2021, I think I said Spock. That would be the obvious choice. But now, because of Vin at Revenant Read's Book Trek, I started watching Deep Space Nine, and I think my favourite Star Trek character would now be Quark. I think Quark from Deep Space Nine. His greed has led to some great stories. He always has some great one-liners, his observations about his customers, and from him we get to see the Ferengi side of things. I really like Quark, so thank you Vin, Revenant Reads, for the book trek. L is for Ladybird. L is for language. Do you have any books in a language you can't read? I can only read in two languages, English and French. I do have some French books like Maupassant, Fort comme l'amour. It was on my TBR sometime last year, but I haven't read it. I don't read much in French these days. I also have lots of books in Georgian. I live in Georgia, but my Georgian is not up to reading Georgian books at the moment. This is Dato Turashvili, American Fairy Tales. I have the English version, so I can go from one to the other. That's the theory, but I need to spend more time learning Georgian. Also, this is in Russian. I think I picked this up in the street. I don't read Russian at all. I got it because it has some interesting plates. It's about the Russian theatre in the middle of the 20th century. And yeah, it has a lot of nice plates in it, but I've got no plans to learn Russian. And when I was in Florence, I picked up this. This is a book about Lamborghini in Italian. I just got it for the pictures of the wonderful cars. There we got a Miura and a Countach. Lamborghini is one of my favourite car makes to look at. I've never owned a Lamborghini. I don't even have any car, any real car. I just have little cars. M is for marbles. M is for murder, mystery. Is there a better mystery writer than Agatha Christie? I have yet to find one. I've tried Ngaio Marsh and I've tried Dorothy L. Sayers, both writers my mum loved reading. They're okay, but they don't hold a candle to Agatha Christie in my opinion. I'm reading a book at the moment. It's an e-arc called Read to Death at the Lakeside Library by Holly Danvers. This is about a book club where a murder happens. It's a cozy mystery. The book club was reading Sparkling Cyanide by Agatha Christie, and the plot of the book follows some of the plot of Agatha Christie's Sparkling Cyanide, which I felt was a little unoriginal. N is for necklace. N is for next. What is the next book you hope to read? Next on my TBR is Poking Holes by Juan Valencia. Juan Valencia has the channel Plagued by Visions. He's a great booktuber. I expect the book, which is a collection of short stories, to be quite disturbing because he specialises in disturbing fiction, but he writes very well from what I hear, and yeah, I like his personality. It'll be interesting how I get on with such a disturbing book. O is for oboe. O is for original. Have you created any original tags? Well, I created a whole load of alphabet tags, A through to Z, or Z if you're American. I also created BookTube numbers tag, and then more recently I've created some tags about cities, London, Paris, New York, and I probably create some more tags in the future. This tag here, this remix, is using my original prompts from the alphabet tags. P is for puzzle. P is for play. Do you have a favourite play? I mentioned Iago earlier. My favourite play is Othello. Plays are largely out of my comfort zone. I don't read a lot of plays. I read Midsummer Night's Dream in October, which I enjoyed. It was the first time I'd read a comedy by Shakespeare. I read Macbeth and Romeo and Juliet as well, and at school we had to read some like Richard II and Julius Caesar. And outside of Shakespeare, in school we read She Stoops to Conquer by Oliver Goldsmith, and in university I read Arthur Miller, Death of a Salesman, but I don't really read plays. I do have Plautus, Pot of Gold and Other Plays on my TBR. It'll be interesting if I get to that. Q is for quilt. Q is for quiz, question and quilp. Quilp is a Dickensian character. In which book did he appear? I'll put the answer at the end of the video, or you can Google it. Who do I tag? In the last video I tagged a lot of people. Here I would like a lot of people to do this tag, but I'm just tagging you. That's right, you. If you like this video, you can like it. That will help me with the algorithm. Boop that like button, and I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.